And welcome everyone, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the Trackmania Grand League. It is step 2 on this beautiful Sunday actually, this Sunday already. On this Sunday evening, and we're gonna have some really good racing today in Trackmania 2 Stadium. And today I will actually not be alone, I will have someone next to my side that will give us some more insight and a little bit of extra spice into the cast. It is Radiance. Hello and welcome.
Hello, Riolu. Thanks for having me.
It is a pleasure. How do you feel?
I am pretty good. Just woke up pretty late today and had some nice breakfast. I'm feeling ready. What about you?
Yeah, sounds good. Same here, same here. So we're gonna have 5 maps again. As always, the second step will be played similarly to the first step. So we will have 5 maps being played in laps mode. And of course, with the twist that players can lose the points that they gain on each map. So the first map that you see already in the overview is going to be a dirt map. This is going to be the introduction map. An introduction map that actually has been built by a community member. It has been built by Deska. And before we dive into some more information, I will show you a very fancy video that showcases the map. It is made by Pikes. Enjoy. Alright, so that gave you a little overview over Cactus, which is going to be map number 1 in step 2 of the Trackmania Grand League. This is, as you can see, a very dirt-heavy track with only very small portions of tarmac. So we will see quite some differences in how the players will perform, because dirt is of course a style that is different to drive compared to, let's say, road or anything else. So we might see other players prevail on the dirt surface. So maybe before we actually start off, Radiance, who do you think is gonna, or what are your predictions for this whole step tonight?
Well, I think on this first map, the dirt players are obviously gonna prevail. I think we will see Papu taking home this one. It is a lot about the consistency through this. If you make one mistake, it's gonna put you a lot behind since how this map has been built. It's very smooth if you get it right. If you don't, then it's going to be very difficult. But it will be a very good battle between all of the players here, I think.
Alright, so we are going to start right here. We have a warm-up, possibly. I'm not quite sure if we do. But if we don't, then we will be starting right away. Now, looks like we have a 5-minute warm-up. Okay, perfect, actually. So we can maybe take a look at all of the drivers before we actually dive into the actual race. So, you said Papu is a favorite. He's, of course, arguably the best dirt driver in Trackmania 2 Stadium. So, Papu is a great favorite to take home the first place on the first map. And then again, to make you a bit familiar with the point system, we, of course, have this brand new point format in the Trackmania Grand League, where players can lose points. So, it's not about just gaining and stacking up the points over the 5 maps, but players can actually lose points. So, on the first map, this effect won't be taking place, but starting from map 2, players will be able to lose their points if they place in the bottom 8 places. So, starting from 9th down to 16th place, players will lose all of their points that they have gained previously. However, they will still gain points according to their position. So, let's say position 10, they will still gain the position, or gain the points that is worth for position 10. However, they will lose everything that they have accumulated beforehand. So this is the twist of the Trackmania Grand League. The system is still the same as to step 1. So for the people that are still familiar with how it worked, the people that have watched step 1 already, it will be the exact same. And yeah, that is going to be the twist that is going to spice up the whole tournament. And we also have a few slight adjustments to the UI. So as you can see in the top right, now we have the lap counter and the time. So not as usual on the bottom or on the bottom right, but now it is in the top right. So we have some small changes for the UI, for the spectator experience. And also a brand new feature that I am not sure in how far it is actually being implemented. It is a voting system. So players can receive votes from the streams, from the chat, and depending on how many votes they receive, they will receive hearts on the scoreboard. So as you can see, just as an example, we have Dexter, for example, with 5 hearts, Pack with 3, Spam with 1, Carl Jr. with 2. So these are just example figures, and I'm not quite sure in how far this is implemented. So right now I cannot tell you more about this right now. But yeah, that is something that is in evolution as well, that is in development right now. So something to look out for, especially for the upcoming steps. And yeah, then of course the 16 drivers on the left side. We have Bren, Bits, Kappa, Danik B, Macy, Papu, Scrappy, Cap, Carl Jr., Dunste, Dexter, Pack, Spam, Sky, Roland, and The Burst. So these are going to be the 16 champions that have went through a qualification phase, a national qualifier that the drivers have been going through. So each of the drivers is representing his own country, his own team, of course, as well. You can see that the teams are displayed under the name. So the players are, of course, not only holding up the flag for their country, but also for their own team. So we have 1 minute and 50 seconds left on the clock for the warm-up, and then we will be going live on 12 laps on map number 1, which is Cactus, a map made by Deska, a community member, a very good dirt driver. So this map is, of course, very well drivable once you actually mastered the lines. It is a simple map, of course, not really too much that can possibly go wrong, but that is just making it more exciting, because one tiny mistake can already cost you a second, which is really, really hard to get back, of course. So yeah, will be interesting to see. Of course, Papu will be the favorite here as one of the best dirt drivers. But then we have other drivers as well. We have, of course, Dunste. Let's have a quick look at him. Dunste from Denmark for Team Hyperion, who is also a very, very experienced dirt driver. So he can also be up for a good surprise here. Together with Roland for Austria, for Team Pulse. Pulse also a dirt team. So Roland has been really, really improving his skills in Trackmania to Stadium lately, especially in the endurance format, and that paid off. He qualified in the German qualifier, where you had so many big names. You had Massa, you had Onio, you had many, many other people that have tried to qualify for the German qualifier, and Roland has prevailed together with Dexter. So Roland will be definitely a player for the top positions here on map number 1. But then, of course, we shouldn't count out any of the other drivers. Everyone is really good. Everyone should hopefully be very well prepared. 20 seconds left on the clock here for the warm-up. The GLHF are written in the chat, of course. Good manners. Good sportsmanship right here, of course, as always in Trackmania. That is something that has never changed, and that will hopefully never change either. So, let's kick it off right here. The first map right here. It is Cactus by Deska. We're gonna kick it off with 12 laps. Here we go. And we will be following Roland for the first couple of laps. So here we go, through the first couple of corners. Of course, very, very close, everyone. No one really taking a big lead so far. Papu right now on first place. On dirt, it is very important that you maintain your speed, and also gears are very important. Even though the Trackmania car has automatic transmission, it is still very important that you stay in the correct gears, because the gears will obviously play an influence in how the car accelerates. And that is something that the players really, really need to look out for dirt driving. So right now, Roland on 6th place, doing pretty good here. He is less than half a second behind the leader, who is Papu. Of course, yeah, kind of expected, but you never know what's going to happen as we go through lap number 3 already. In the back, it is Danik B, who has already lost 1.7 seconds. But he's going to give us a pretty good overview over what's happening. So the Czech player right now on last place. But as I said, no points are being lost in map 1. The points will be lost starting from map 2. Bits with a mistake in the uphill. That is, of course, a very bad place to crash, because the uphill, it will be harder for the car to accelerate. So if you lose speed, you will lose even more as a little snowball effect, kinda. So Danikby and Bits right now in the back. Then we have the Burst for Portugal, who is on 14th, right behind Macy and Kappa. Kappa, 2018 world champion in tech. However, tech is of course a completely different style to dirt. So Kappa seemingly not having the pace towards the other drivers right now. Kappa already a few tenth behind the other drivers. Then we have Cap on 11th, Sky on 10th, Dexter on 9th, Bren on 8th, currently in a fight with a few drivers. We have Roland, Spam, and Dunster, who are fighting for position number 5. Very close.
What a battle it is up in the front here. You know, Papu, Scrappy, Colt Jr., and Pack are really going at it right now. Pack is seeming to fall just a little bit behind, but it is still neck and neck for these top 3 players at the moment.
Indeed, so we go through the uphill. Very risky to maintain as much speed as possible, but all of the drivers are experienced. They had weeks of practice on this map. So it will be interesting to see how this will evolve, because we are coming closer to the end of the race, and this is incredibly close. This is like 0.2 between the top 4 right now. It is Scrappy versus Papu, the fight for first place right now. Colt Jr. on 3rd, and then we have Pack right now, the camera on Pack, the British driver for Gamers Origin right now on 4th place. This is the fight that we definitely have to look out for, because these are going to be the first points that will be distributed among the players. So we are fighting for some big points already in map number 1, and it is between Scrappy and Papu right now. Scrappy holding up the flag for Belgium, for Team Reflex, Papu for France, for Gamers Origin right now. The fight is incredibly close. After 3 minutes of driving, the drivers are on par right now. Papu now with more speed going up into the lead. Scrappy down to 2nd place. Carl Jr. not too far behind. Papu going for the inside line on the tarmac and will be equal to Scrappy once again as we go into lap number 9. Pack not too far behind either. Pack might go for the overtake on Carl Jr. Dropping down onto the dirt again into the left-hander. Want to go as tight as possible around the corner. Papu now with a mistake on the right side, and that is most likely going to decide the race already. Papu losing more than half a second with that mistake. Remains on 4th place now. Dunst is trying to make something happen here against Papu, but Papu will most likely be out for the fight for the top 3, so let's focus on that instead. We have Pack right now still on 1st place, followed by Scrappy and Carl Jr. 2.5 laps remaining right here, and it is super close between these drivers. 4 minutes have been elapsed already, and this is incredibly close. Dropping down.
What a battle. Oh.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just a sick battle between these top 3 players at the moment. You see on the left-hand side, Carl Jr. is 0.12 behind right now, 0.20 now, but Pack and Scrappy are really going at it. Equal on that start-finish line block as we go into the final lap of this first map in Step 2 of Trackmania Grand League, of course. Carl Jr. trying his hardest to catch up, but it is a battle between Pack and Scrappy here. Both of them are driving really close to the wall. Of course, the closer you go to the wall on that uphill, the more speed you'll get. But Pack gets a gear down, and Scrappy gets more speed onto the finish, and Pack will take 2nd just in front of Carl Jr. Scrappy, of course, 1st. Dunstan 4th just before Roland. And then Papu in 6th place made another mistake and let Roland overtake him. Brandon 7th, Dexter in 8th, Sky in 9th, Macy in 10th, Danik B in 11th, Bits in 12th, Papa number 13, Pap in 14th, The Burst in 15th, and Femi JJ taking last.
Alright, there you have it. So that was a really exciting map number 1. A few mistakes that has been made, and especially Papu, who we said would be the favorite, made a mistake. And he ended up on 6th place. That is quite a surprise, if you ask me. Quite a surprise.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, then again, we have 4 more maps. 5 maps in total, of course. And now, this is where players can lose their points. We're gonna go on to map number 2. It is going to be Free Will. Let's have a look at the map preview. Alright, so that gave you a little overview over the second map, which is actually a map that has been played in step 1 already. It is Free Will, the map that is heavily based on platform turns. So while we're waiting, we still have 4 minutes in the warm-up timer, so we can have a little interview with one of the players. And yeah, Radiance, I think we should go for Spam, who took last place on map 1.
Sure, let's go.
Hello, 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 Mr. Spam.
Oh, who is this?
Hello
No
there.
way. Hi.
What happened
Hello.
on map 1, sir?
I made a small touch and then I almost flipped at the palm tree, so yeah.
Ooh.
That was the end of my race.
Yeah, that was
One-
quite surprising to see, because you did pretty well in the midfield, and then all of a sudden you were on last place. So
Yeah.
is that
One-
something that will influence your performance now, or are you
I'm
like,
not-
yeah, it's not really gonna be important anyway?
I'm not sure. Map 1 was really more like a YOLO map anyway, so
Uh-huh.
we'll recover on this next one.
All right, so you feel confident about map 2?
Yes, very confident. I've never felt more confident in my life than right now in this
Ooh,
moment.
that sounds good, Radiance. What do you think?
That sounds really good. So, how much have you trained this week compared to last week's step?
I mean, the old maps, not that much. But the new maps, yeah, a decent amount of hours, let's just put it that way. But I think everyone has played a lot, so we're definitely gonna have some insane battles on the new maps, that's for sure.
So
Well, that sounds good.
yeah. Oh, one more question about this map before we leave you alone. The
Yeah.
freewheel part. How are you
Yes.
gonna approach it? Do you think it is gonna be easy to get it consistently to skip the freewheel, or is there always some sort of risk involved?
I am full smashing in the wall.
Okay, so you're just going for the wallbang, and you
Yeah,
think that's gonna
wallbang.
work out in every lap.
Wallbang strat is gonna be the best one,
All right,
definitely.
all right. So thank you very much. Good luck with map number 2.
Yo, thanks for the interview.
It's a
Appreciate
pleasure.
it.
It's a pleasure.
No problem.
All right, so that was Spam. He seems to be very confident about map number 2, so gonna be interesting to see how he will perform on Free Will. Of course, you saw the map preview. It is a very technical track. We have seen quite some comebacks. This map was played last in step 1, and we have seen a crazy turn of events right here. Of course, with Scrappy, who lost all of his points. So yeah, things can of course happen, especially when different techniques are involved that you know, are a bit risky to pull off. Of course, every map has something like this, but especially this map that kind of merges a little bit of technical driving, sliding, precise around the corners, and of course the freewheel skip. Gonna be up for a good surprise here, I think. So, who do you think is gonna take this one, Radiance?
It's gonna be a mental battle for Scrappy. I mean, of course, this was the last map in rotation for step 1, and Scrappy lost a lot of points here on this map, and he could have taken home first place overall, but unfortunately, a stupid bug on his gamepad caused a lot of problems. So I think Scrappy and Pack currently are looking to be favorites on this map, but we can definitely see some shenanigans from some of the other players.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. This one is going to be interesting to see. We have 15 seconds left on the clock, and then we're going to kick it off with map number 2, Free Will. And yeah, you can see the points right now. Scrappy with 20, Pack with 12, Carl Jr. with 8, Dunster with 6, Roland with 5, Papu with 4, Bren with 3, Dexter as well with 3, Sky with 2, Macy with 2, Danigby with 2, Bits with 2, and the rest has 1 point on their account. Map number 2, ladies and gentlemen, Free Will. Off we go, and we are gonna follow Scrappy, because he is the one that we have to look out for. Of course, a very close pack right here. I think I already saw a tiny mistake by Spam, who's dropping down to 15th
Sky as
place
well.
already. Sky with a mistake as well. That was on the downhill platform. Sky has already lost 6 seconds towards the leader. So a very weak start for the Croatian player right now. Very unfortunate to see. But other than that, we have no big mistakes being made right now. We have Danigby right now on the camera, who is on 14th place. Drifting to the left, jumping into the right-hand drift, and then we have a couple more turn combinations. Want to make sure that you hit the angles really well. The timing needs to be on point for the turning. Otherwise, you will most likely have to adjust your line somehow. And here we have the first time players are skipping the freewheel and everybody manages to do it. I think everyone also went for the wallbang, if I'm not mistaken. So everyone survives lap number 1 and we go into lap number 2, Radiance.
Yeah, into lap number 2. Actually, Papu did not go for the wallbang, but it's interesting to see that line compared to the wallbang line, because he did lose a little bit as he didn't have the appropriate amount of speed going into that last right-hander up into the big final jump. But currently, Carl Jr. looking pretty solid in first place.
Ooh,
Bits, of course,
with a mistake.
Oh, Dunster with a pretty big mistake, finds himself down into 13th now, and is looking to lose 6 points at the moment. So he'll definitely need to catch up a bit if he wants to keep in the good amount of points. As Roland makes a small touch there. Let's see up in the top here. Carl Jr. is just pulling away a bit for a bit by. He's currently 0.4 ahead, a little more it seems now, as a lot of players catch up in that freewheeling section. So more people have figured out how to do it, and Bits just jumping to eternity here. Bits, of course, I believe he got 3rd or 4th on this map in step 1, and it really shows that he has practiced this map here.
Yeah, definitely. Bits looking really good. He's right now in a fight with Pack for that second place. Carl Jr., as we already said, he's pulling away. He accumulated quite a decent amount of lead already through the first couple of laps. So Carl Jr. right now, the Canadian player, 3 times a world champion, right now on first place. Carl Jr., who got 8 points on map number 1. He's right now clocking in 8 points, and with a first place, he would get additional 20. So that would be very important for Carl Jr. Carl Jr. also won step number 1, of course. So he's right now first in the league, and he continues to dominate right now. And right now, the hot seat is being fought for between Danik B and Papu, but we have Bits, who is going for the overtake on Carl Jr. Carl Jr., who made a massive mistake. I am not quite sure what happened to Carl Jr., but he's down to 8th place, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, got a small bump on that wallbang there, and almost touched the freewheeling, but didn't have quite enough speed to get the jump properly, so he missed the booster, and he did not have a lot of speed, so of course dropping down quite a bit, behind by 2 seconds now. Bits in the lead though, is looking very strong, as Pack is in hot pursuit in that second place, only 0.4 of a second behind at the moment. Kappa just overtook Scrappy. Scrappy seems to have made a small mistake, as both Cap and Bren overtake
Dexter as well.
What happened to Dexter?
Dexter jumping a bit too far left at that little jump. Lost 3 positions with that. So he's now down to 12th place. So I'm actually curious about what you think. Carl Jr.'s right now in 8th place. Do you think he's going to push it to gain some more points, or do you think he's going to save it? Because there's a moderately big gap between Carl Jr. and Roland. Roland, who is on 9th place, who is right now the first player to lose some points. Do you think Carl Jr. is going to push it, or rather save it?
Well, Carl Jr. is generally overall a very fast player, even though he's driving a bit safe. So I believe if he does a good mix-up between going really fast and really safe, then it will benefit Carl Jr. more, because some of these players up in the front, I could see them making a mistake here, as we're halfway into this map.
Indeed, we're halfway, lap number 5. So let's have a look at Carl Jr., who is now actually going for that overtake. So as you just said, people might make mistake, and this is the first one. Cap now dropping down to 8th place, and Carl Jr. will capitalize. He goes up to 7th place. Right now in a fight with Papu. And Papu, of course, doesn't want to lose this position, so he's going to fight against Carl Jr. Let's go a bit up front. We have Pack right now in the lead. The British player with a good lead over Bren. Ooh, was that Kappa who got a terrible landing after the ceiling hit? Kappa now dropping down to... what is this? 10th place. 11th place even. Kappa with an absolutely horrendous landing right there. Landed on 2 wheels. Danik B, however, with a no slide going up the 180 platform turn. So Kappa will move up 1 position again. But yeah, Kappa... he's going to be upset about that, I think. I'm not sure in how far he could have influenced that mistake or that bad landing, but that was, of course, really unfortunate. 10th place for him. He's fighting with Dexter. And then there's a gap up to Roland. Roland on 8th right now. Pretty safe, I would say. But yeah, then again, things might happen, Radiance.
Yeah, things might happen. You never know. A lot of people have gotten a very sloppy landing or a sloppy wall bump there. But Bits does seem to have it figured out. He's gaining
Papu.
so much every single time. Papu dropping down, rolling, overtaking him, but still is in that 8th place. Has a little bit of a sloppy line through that start section right there, but nothing too big. He will still find himself in 8th place. With Dexter just behind him, 0.2 right now. And then there is about a second down to Danik B. So it is a battle to keep the points here. It is only for 3 or 4 points for these players, but if they have trained a lot on the remaining maps, of course, this will mean quite a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe to give some screen time for Pack right now, who's on 1st place. He's leading by quite a good margin over Bren, as you can see. Camera right now on Bren. The UI giving you some information. Also on the right side, the 21-year-old French driver for Team Solary.
Ooh, Kappa.
Ooh, Kappa. What happened to Kappa? Didn't really
Big
see
mistake. He lost about 4
Ooh.
seconds on that right-hander where you jump down. And
Kappa
he was
really not
actually
feeling it.
not taking the wall bump there, so he might have had a very bad mistake there, as we saw in the previous lap, I believe it was, and has probably decided to not wall bounce there anymore. So taking a more safe approach so far. He is in 12th place, about 4 seconds behind Dexter right now, who is in 8th place. So he will probably need to risk it a bit to catch up and keep his points.
Yeah, definitely. So let's have a look at Papu here, who is on the roll right now. He wants to make something happen, and he knows that if he pushes it in the last few laps, he can make something happen. He has Dexter, who lands
Dexter
on the barrier. Dexter landing on the barrier. He felt the pressure coming from Papu right behind him. Dexter down to 9th place. Papu now up to 8th and looking to preserve his points right now. Of course, as I said multiple times, we have the red positions on the left side on the scoreboard. The red positions will lose all of their points that they have gotten. Right now, Dunster would have the biggest minus. He has 6 points that he got on map 1, and he would lose them all. But of course, he would still gain the points for that 11th place, but it would still be a minus at the end of the day. But yeah, still, camera on Dexter. Let's follow what he's going to do on the platform section. He has Papu and Roland right in front of him. So things can still happen. Oh, and Bits now with very low speed on the platform. And now Bits is the one that is on the hot seat. He's now dropping down to 9th place. Made a mistake on the platform. And that is a section where, of course, speed loss is being punished a lot because it is an uphill. And accelerating on uphills, for those that have ever driven a car or anything that is on wheels, you know it's harder to accelerate on uphills. And this is exactly what Bits is now being punished for. But Dexter, again, with a sloppy landing. He made 2 mistakes already. I remember him landing on the barrier 2 times already in this race. And it almost happened again. Dexter now with a sloppy line there as well. Had to release a little bit as well. Had to lift off the acceleration. So Dexter now will get chased by Bits, who, however, hits the freewheel. He hits the freewheel and he has to slow down to catch the boost. However, he recovers incredibly well from that Radiance. Look at that.
Yeah, definitely the... oh, you said that a little too quickly. He lost a little bit of time in that starting section again there. But Bits, has been very, very good in this ending part. Taking home a lot of speed and jumping almost into the finish line. So that will, of course, benefit him here as it is on the last lap. So let us maybe go and see what Bren and Pack are currently up to. Bren seems to be about a second behind Pack right now.
Yeah, we're coming towards the end of the race. We have Pack right now who's in the lead looking to take 20 points. Then we have Bren on 2nd who has 3 points from map 1 and looking to take a good amount of points out of map 2. So unless something happens at the end, any blunder, any sort of mistake, the positions look to be pretty set in stone. Also Cole Jr. with a pretty big gap. Then we have Scrappy with a big gap. This time no pad issues for him. Then we have Cap on 5th, Roland on 6th, looking to take some points here as well. Papu and Dexter as well on the last 2 green positions. Wallbang goes well for everyone. Pack takes first, wins map number 2 in front of Bren. Then we have Scrappy, who actually went for the overtake on Cole Jr. right at the end. Cap on 5th, Roland on 6th, Papu on 7th, Dexter on 8th. Danik B will take 9th place. Then we have Dunster on 10th, Bits on 11th, Kappa on 12th, Spam on 13th, Macy on 14th, The Burst on 15th, and Sky still on the track, looking to finish just in time.
There he goes.
There he goes indeed. So, Danik B duns the bits, Kappa spam May Caesar Burst, and Sky will lose all of their points. But they will also gain some, of course. So the scoreboard shows you the position changes. It is Pack who goes up into the lead on step 2 after map 2. Now with 32 points. Scrappy lost first place. Drops down to second with 28 points. Then we have Bren going up to third with 15. Carl Jr. on fourth with 14. Rollin remains on fifth with 9. Papu remains on sixth with 7. Cap and Dexter with 6 points each. Map number 3, Radiance. We have the next map. It is Eurosky. So I think I'm going to show you the little video and then we can pick someone for an interview.
Sure. Kappa. He is currently in 12th. We could. Sure. Sure. Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Not... Yeah. It's not looking like a really good evening so far, but I got an unfortunate roof hit in lap 6, I think, and that was it for me. I lost like 6 seconds and there was no chance I could catch up to the others. So yeah, let's hope it will turn over for me. But definitely not on this track. I'm focusing on the last 2 maps.
Okay, so this map you would say you're gonna take the bottom 8 again, or what do you expect on this map?
I didn't play the map the whole week, so most likely yeah, because I thought this map was going to be played second in the map order instead of first.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, my bad. So yeah, don't expect me to do well this map, but I will come back on the last 2.
Alright, sounds good. Radiance, do you have any questions?
I just wanted to ask if you think this rotation of maps in step 2 is better for you than the one in step 1.
Yeah, I think it is, but we will see if it's really true. But yeah, the last 2 tracks are more technical, more competitive in my opinion, which really hit me more than, for example, this track. So I think I stand a good chance on the last 2 tracks, and maybe I will still finish on a good position overall.
So one final question. I'm not sure if it's gonna interfere with Radiant's question, but how much time did you practice on the last 2 maps, on the new ones?
Last 2 days basically.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's like 8 hours in total, but still much more than the first track, which I saw first time on warm up.
Alright.
Yeah, I will be much better next. I will have more time from now on. Don't worry.
Yeah, sounds pretty good. You also have 746 votes from the viewers. So
oh really?
You have to prove yourself now.
So is that a lot?
I have no idea actually. I have no idea how many votes other people have. It says
700 is
for
pretty good.
everyone, for some reason.
Right.
So maybe that's just bugged. But you know you have your fan base, and you need to you know, show them what you got.
Yeah, satisfy them. I mean, yeah, if multiply voting is allowed, then I guess it's between and Kubais. But other than that, thank you guys.
All right, so best of luck for map number 3.
Thank you.
Alright, so that was 2018 World Champion Kappa. Seems to not really be overly confident about this one, but very confident about the other two maps, which kind of makes sense, Radiance.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense if you are not planning to train all of the maps really hard. It is, of course, a little more beneficial to train the last maps, so you don't lose all of your points when you become 8th or 9th or lower, sorry, in those two final maps.
I think also a valid thing that he said, that the maps just suit him better in style. I guess that's
True.
That's fitting pretty well. So the warm-up is now ending, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna have map number 3, Eurosky, with Pack in the lead with 32 points, Scrappy with 28, Bren with 15, Carl Jr. with 14, Roland with 9, Papu with 7, Cap with 6, and Dexter with 6 as well. These are the players that have something to lose on map number 3. Let's follow Papu through the first couple of corners. Of course, with the press forward start here, nothing that you could really do wrong, but as I say that, the burst did something. I have no idea why he did that in particular, but he hit the checkpoint. And that is gonna push him 5 seconds down already on a straight part. So, not the greatest start for the Portuguese player right here, the burst, finding himself very far back. Also Sky with a little mistake already. Let's follow on Macy. We have the big jump, of course. Kind of the identity of this map together with the slalom.
Oh, Kappa!
Kappa!
Just about makes it.
Very far landing to the right. That could have gone wrong, but Kappa will lose a lot of positions with that and now fights with Sky for the second to last place. But yeah, let's have a look at the polk right here, at the massive pile of drivers right here. We have Danik B on 7th. He's going to give us a good overview right here over what's happening to the others. Papu has touched the pillar mid-air, I think. He's going to drop down all the way to 12th place. Very unfortunate mistake for Papu. Not really being precise enough right there. So I think he scraped the pillar in the air. Going to lose quite some time. And also Papu with a slide again. He hit the blue border, which is going to make you lose grip. So Papu now down to 15th place. He has 7 points, so he would lose them all. Bren. Ooh, Bren with a wonky landing right there. In the air he had to release because he noticed that his trajectory wasn't optimal. So Bren right now, who has 15 points on his account, down to 7th place, Radiance.
Yeah. Oh, Pack as well has made a small mistake. Is currently battling for 8th place. It will be a masterpiece if he could keep that 8th place and keep his 32 points. As Spam makes a banger of a mistake there, as he would say it himself, and drops down into 10th place behind Roland and Dunsey, who comes up into 8th place now, looking to overtake Pack at the moment. But that is, of course, a very difficult thing to do. Dexter currently in the lead, not who I would have expected to currently be in 1st place. Scrappy and Cap just behind him, 0.16 both of them. And Carl Jr. following in close hot pursuit.
Jumping onto the next part, and we have Danik B now. It seems like at least one player each lap makes a mistake at that big jump. So that might give the spectators an idea. Huh?
Spam almost fell in the hole.
Oh. Risky stuff by Spam. Well, yeah, to continue my sentence, it might give you an idea of how difficult it is to actually aim for the proper spot at that jump. It might look easy, it might just like, it might look like, yeah, you just jump, right? But you actually have to really control your car in the air to not land badly on the platform, or not to land too far left or too far right or anything. So it's actually pretty difficult to get that jump through. But right now, most of the players not really struggling too much as of now. Spam on 8th place, looking to get overtaken by Dunster. So Dunster now taking over that 8th place. Bren with low speed. Let's have a look at Bren, who has to go for the alternate strat. He, of course, cannot go for the jump, and he's now being passed by almost everyone. Bren down to 11th place. Now risking it, overtaking 2 people, 3 people in the slalom. Bren really risking it right there for the biscuit. Really good effort. Bren, of course, does not want to lose his 15 points. He wants to maintain them. He wants to get more, of course. So let's take a look at Bren. He's probably going to push it a little bit.
Bren didn't do the air brake on that last downhill in the start line section there. So he will drop back into 10th, now overtaking Dunsty as well. And
there
goes
he
up
goes.
into 9th, of course. It is a battle for 8th place currently for Bren. Losing 15 points would be very tragic for him, as he this time seems to have a very
Danik
good jump.
B! Oh,
Danik,
he's
no.
on his roof even!
Respawned. He respawned.
Oh,
And that
no.
is game over for Danik B right now. I think he will not be able to catch up to get into 8th place, as he currently finds himself 11 seconds behind Kappa, and then 5 seconds onto that. That is 16 seconds behind Dexter at the moment, who is in front.
Danik B, the 17-year-old guy, one of the youngest contenders, the guy that has raised so much awareness lately in the Trackmania competitive scene, now with that huge mistake at the jump, dropping down all the way to last place. He's not going to lose a lot, but it is still something for the psyche that is going to hurt. Definitely. We see some position changes. Pack down to 10th. Pack, who has 32 points, down to 10th place. Not sure what happened there, but Pack needs to step it up now. We're approaching lap 7, and he's in a fight with Macy. Macy, however, with low speed, going down the zigzag part. Let's follow Pack. He needs to make something happen now, but he is closing into the other drivers. Dunster, Kappa, Bren, and Roland. They are all within reach, but Pack needs to really drive fast now. His best lap is a 52.016, which is 0.27 behind the fastest lap time. So Pack definitely has the pace and looks to go for the overtake on Kappa right now through the next couple of corners. These turns, of course, do not require drifting. You just want to lift off the acceleration a little bit to adjust your turning, to go tight around the corners. This is what Pack is doing just brilliantly, and the British player will come a tiny, itsy-bitsy little bit closer to his opponents at the front. Will we see some mistakes here at the jump? Let's have a look. Dunster. 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 Oh!
Dusty, what are you doing, bro?
Dunster jumping too far left.
Into 12th now.
Indeed, Radiance. Dunster now.
Actually hits the sign.
Yeah, he landed
That's
on
the
the
first time
sign.
I think I've seen that.
Also, Bits with a mistake right there. So, players are struggling with the identity of this track. Dunster down to 12th place. He was doing really well. He was about to gain some points, but made that very unfortunate misjudgment in that jump. But yeah, all eyes on Pack still, because he's still in that 9th place, and I do believe that he has a faster pace than Kappa. So Pack needs to overtake Kappa now. Or he, of course, needs to hope for another mistake from one of the other drivers. But right now, Pack looking to lose 32 points and the lead in step 2. Next jump coming up. Looks like everyone passes it just fine. Kappa maybe jumping a bit far left. Also Roland. He's still fine
though. Hit the border
though.
On the right there.
Still fine though. He's in the fight with Bren for the moment. They're fighting for position number 6. Dexter is actually in the lead. Right here, the German player for Team THE in the lead. He has a 51.840 as the fastest lap time, so he has a very quick pace as well. The 21-year-old German driver is right now on first. Scrappy on second. Pretty far behind, actually. So Dexter with a really flawless race right here. He has made pretty much no mistake, because he is a good amount of time ahead of Scrappy. Cap on third, doing really well here as well. Looking to score well. Carl Jr. on 4th. Spam on 5th. Gonna get some important points out of this one. Let's have a look. The jump works out well for all of the top drivers. Spam, as you can see, has clocked in 2 red positions on the first 2 maps. 16th on the dirt and 13th on the previous one. So, that is gonna be a confidence boost, Radiance. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely gonna be a confidence boost to take home some points here. But I've seen him struggle a little bit today with Paradise Palm, so it is of course up to the 2 next maps as well to see if he's going to take home a lot of points in the end there. But of course, it is lap 10 out of 10. Dexter is 1.5 seconds in the lead of Scrappy, a lot more one-sided this map than the previous one. So Dexter, of course, has trained very hard on this map. What has been done?
Bren is looking to go for another overtake. Pack with a mistake. Pack with a mistake in the last couple of corners, but he's going for the jump and lands on the bubble. Will he get punished for that? Roland will go for the overtake, and Pack drops down to 9th place. Kappa will capitalize on that mistake, and Pack dropping down to 9th place. Pack is now needing to risk the last turn, but Kappa will not let that slip through his hands, and Pack loses 32 points on map 3. Pack
That's gonna be
makes a massive mistake in that corner just before the jump. That is the worst place to crash. Dexter wins in front of Scrappy. Cap on 3rd, Call Jr. on 4th, Spam on 5th, Rollin on 6th, Brian on 7th, Kappa on 8th, Pack, the unlucky player of map 3, losing 32 points. Bits on 10th, Macy on 11th, Dunster on 12th, then we have Papu on 13th, Danny P on 14th, Sky on 15th, and The Burst on last. What an ending, Radiance. Holy.
What an ending. Unfortunate stuff for Pack there. Also, Mr. Kappa, who overtook him, did do a little bit of BM saying, well, thanks, Tom. And it is, of course, just friendly banter between the players. But but what an ending that was.
Wow.
Pack, of course, losing 32 points. Papu losing 7. So, yeah, let's see what's up with some of these players, I guess.
Yeah, so Scrappy in the lead with 40, then we have Dexter with 26, Call Jr. up to 3rd with 20, Bren up to 18, Cap with 14, Rollin with 13, Spam with 6, Kappa with 5, and then Pack, of course, who lost everything, but gained the points for that 9th place. 2 points for him, together with Bits, Macy, and Dunster. Then we have Papu, Danik B, Sky, and The Burst on the last 4 positions. Next map, ladies and gentlemen, it is map 4. It is going to be Gravity. Let's have a look at the map preview before we go into an interview, probably with Pack.
Yes.
Alright. Alright, so this is a brand new map right here. It is called Gravity, and this is a map made by Omnipods with a very interesting jump in the mid part. You saw it in the map preview. It is a flip through the ring checkpoints at very high speed. A very technical track, which is based on more modern mapping standards. So this map might suit a few drivers, might not suit some others. But first of all, I think we have to talk to someone who has lost all of his points. And gonna be interesting to see how he's gonna approach the last 2 maps. Let's go for Pack. Hello there, Pack.
Hi, buddy.
How do you feel after that rather unfortunate ending to map 3?
It's probably not the best not to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I can imagine. I can imagine. So it happened just before the jump. It was a wall touch on the left. What made you go that wide? It was a risk. It was a definite risk. So yeah.
Fuck it. Someone joined my Discord. Didn't realize the match wasn't over. And yeah, I was a bit put off.
For real?
That's all I can say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
But it's cool. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna just try and come back on these ones and get 40 points.
Oh, sounds good. You feel confident about these ones?
These are the ones I actually felt confident with. The last one I didn't feel confident at all. I was just trying to make the jump. That's all I was trying to do. And yeah, these were just the extra point ones, but you know, I've got to try and make it back from 2 points now.
I mean, it can very well happen. 2 first places and you're up in the top again. So
yeah.
I think you can definitely do it. So yeah, I wish you the best of luck.
Fingers crossed. Cheers, guys.
Absolutely.
Good luck, man.
So I'm not sure. That was weird. Why would someone just join his Discord? That was awkward. That was awkward. But yeah, all right. So Pack looking confident, which is something I expected. I expected Pack to be someone that is, you know, confident on this type of map. So expected answer.
Yeah, definitely a strong tech player, and this is a very techy map, as you said. So he will definitely have an upper hand on this map.
We have half a minute left. I think we will see some good fights here. Have you actually played these maps?
I have played them just to know them, but I've not hunted them to become good at them. So I know what they're about, but I haven't played them that much.
Alright, so as I said, it is a map by Omnipods. So the community can now also submit maps for this competition. So that's really nice to see. Some really good maps right here. So we are gonna kick it off on map number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Scrappy that is leading. Step 2 with 40 points. Dexter on second. And Carl Jr. the podium. Top 3 for Carl Jr. Let's go into map number 4, Radiance.
Yeah, let's follow Pack for this one in the start. I guess as he finds himself in second place at the moment. He is looking strong, as he said. But of course, it is only lap number 1 of 10. So a lot can happen, of course. Bam though. Very good line through that corner, and he will jump up into first. So just follow. It seems like all of the top players.
And everyone makes it, I think.
Spam all in front, actually. And then people behind him. But
Papu is actually behind. I'm not sure if the flip failed for him, but Papu is already finding himself in last position after a promising looking start for him. So a little bit of time loss right there for Papu. And we're entering lap number 2 with Pack in the lead. So the confidence boost, knowing that he's good on these 2 maps, might help him out. Pack and Spam right now leading. Cole Jr. on third. Sky is also doing really good right here on fourth together with Kappa. So Kappa, the guy that we interviewed earlier, also someone that feels very comfortable with the upcoming 2 maps. With this one and the last one. So yeah, this is gonna be very interesting to watch as we go through the flip for another time. Everyone makes it here up front. Not sure if anything happened in the back. I think everyone made it here.
Yeah.
Looks good. Let's follow Scrappy, and we actually see some different approaches for this part as well. You can opt for a wallbang or for a drift. So both works, both is consistent, but at the end of the day, I think the drift is a little bit faster if you do it right. But since we are also in freewheel mode at that part, it is also a little bit of risk involved. So we will see some different approaches right there from the players. Lap number 3, it is Pack still in the lead, followed by Carl Jr., Kappa, Dexter, and Sky also looking to have a sing right here. Is that something that you maybe expected to see, Radiance, that Sky is doing good on the last 2 maps?
Well, considering his last steps performance, I would not, but he definitely has stepped it up here and is looking to get some points in this one at the moment. But Bren and Roland with 18 and 13 points are looking to lose some right now, as Danik B has made a small mistake and drops down by approximately 2 seconds. But Bren and Roland are the ones to look at right now, I believe.
Yeah, camera is on the Austrian right now, the 20-year-old Austrian for Team Pulse. A player that has really improved in the last months and years. Came from simple Nadeo hunting, and now he's here fighting for the title in the Trackmania Grand League. So Roland right now fighting with Bren. Bren with a lot of speed. Very risky line at the exit right there. So Roland will lose 1 position. And also Danik B looking to go for the overtake mid-air. Both getting a very similar landing. Roland now with the inside drift. Danik B going a little bit wider, maintains more speed over the freewheel section. Now, who's going to go for the wall hit? It will be Bren that goes for the wall hit, and he loses so much speed with that. Also, Danik B with very massive speed loss. Roland will capitalize on that and goes up to 9th again. Dunster right up front together with Sky and Spam.
Yeah, I think Bren was very indecisive there. He drifted before he made the wall bounce there, and I think that is not something that you like to do. You saw Dunsty just ahead of him. He did the wall hit without drifting, and he just pulled ahead by a lot compared to Bren, as Dunsty makes a big mistake there.
Dunster going a bit wide, but stabilizes himself pretty well. He remains on that 10th place, but Rolling creeps in a little bit closer with more speed now. The flip
Oh, Danik!
Oh, Danik B! That was a very good recovery,
10 out of
though. Wow. Danik B with a crazy recovery right there. He got a very wonky landing, but was able to stabilize himself just well. So Danik B with a 10 out of 10 stunting performance right there. Manages to keep himself on the track. Loses the position to Roland. So Roland up to ninth place now. Yes, indeed, 9th place. And Danik B dropping down to 10th. In the lead, it is Pack. He seemingly forgot about what happened on map 3, and he's just doing outstandingly well. He has accumulated a lead of 1.23 seconds over Kappa, who is also someone that is, expected to do well here. Carl Jr. on 3rd, Scrappy. Oh, Scrappy with a lot of speed right there. Let's have a look at the battle for 3rd place right now. These are going to be big points to be fought for. Scrappy will jump a bit more to the left, drift a bit tighter as well. Carl Jr., however, going a bit wider and creeps in closer. Goes for that drift. Really well executed right there. It is neck and neck between Scrappy and Carl Jr. right now. The fight for 3rd place. Then we have Dexter and Spam. We have the next 1v1 situation right here. The fight for 5th place. The Dutchie versus the German. Right now, 5th place. Oh, Kappa with a big mistake right there in the uphill. And this is another terrible place to crash. Kappa from 2nd down to 7th. To 8th even. Have to correct myself right there. Rollin goes for the pass, goes for the overtake. And this is going to be tight for Kappa all of a sudden. This is going to be hard to recover from. The 23-year-old from Czech Republic right now only on 7th place. Something that he was probably not hoping for. He was probably hoping for a higher position. And we are in lap 7 already. 5 and almost 6 minutes have elapsed on this track already, Radiance.
Yeah, 6 minutes has elapsed, and we are currently on laps 8 out of 10 for the leader right now. Pack in the lead, actually on that identity spot off this map. He did do an air brake, and that of course stabilizes your car in midair, so your front does not flip over too much. And he did not do the front flip, but I do not know if that's what's gonna happen again here. Let's see, because he goes for the front flip this time, so he might have had a little bit of a sloppy rotation on the car and decided to correct himself to save it. But Carl Jr. currently 2 seconds behind in 2nd place, so Pack, of course, looking very, very strong on this map, as he said in the interview we did just before this map started. And then Carl Jr. 2.22 now, Scrappy half a second behind Carl, and then Spam half a second behind Scrappy. So it is looking like a decided standing right now, but it's not something that is all over yet, as people can still make mistakes, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. We have more than 1 lap remaining. We are in lap 9 out of 10. Let's follow Pack here for a little bit. He seemingly made no mistake throughout the whole race. Pack is on another level right here. The British player, after the complete choke on map 3, where he only got 9th, he's now looking to recover from that, and he is driving absolutely outstandingly. So Pack looking to win. However, as you said, we shouldn't jinx it. We shouldn't call it out too early. Carl Jr. on 2nd, Scrappy on 3rd. Oh, Spam now, however, up to 3rd place, overtaking Scrappy right there. So the 2 Benelux drivers, Spam for the Fuse Kids and Scrappy for Reflex, now entering lap 10, and it is Scrappy that goes for the overtake again. Scrappy recovering and goes up to 3rd place once again, the place where he has been before. Now Spam maybe trying to make something happen here with a few risky lines, jumping onto the underground section. Roland has also made a mistake, dropped down to 12th place, looking to lose all those points together with Cap. So we might have 2 big losers on map number 4.
Oh, Scrappy.
Scrappy.
Almost hitting the palms on the right side after that front flip there.
Alright, didn't quite catch that, but he's still in 3rd place. Oh, but he goes for a wall hit and a drift as well. That was probably a little mistake right there on Scrappy's side. So we're now jumping towards the finish. It is Pack that wins the race. Gets 20 points. Very well done by Pack. Carl Jr. on 2nd. Spam on 3rd. Then we have Scrappy on 4th. Dexter on 5th. Bren on 6th. Kappa on 7th. Danik B on 8th. And then we're going down to the red positions. Dunster on 9th. Zaburst actually with a 10th position. The guy that had 0 points so far now gonna get some. Roland will lose 13 points, unfortunately. Sky on 12th. Papu on 13th. Cap will also lose 14 points. So quite hefty loss right there for Roland and Cap. And then we have Macy and Bits who goes for a bug slide at the end. 16th and last place for the Lithuanian player.
Wow. Pack, of course, just showing his dominance and how much he has trained on this map, as he said. But we gotta remember, he can take home 42 points by the end of this step 2 here. And if we take a look at Scrappy, he already has accumulated 46 points. So Scrappy, if he gets that 8th place and secures it, he will definitely catch up quite a bit to Pack and Carl Jr. as well, seemingly, if he gets those points.
It's funny actually what Scrappy wrote in the chat right there. He wrote, "Please don't let history repeat itself." So we are going on to the last map. It will be another new map. It will be Paradise Palms. But before we go into the map preview, Scrappy is in the lead. And we remember what happened in step 1. Scrappy was first and he lost it. This is pressure, Radiance. Do you think it's gonna impact Scrappy in some way?
I think Scrappy is trained enough to not let the nerves come to him, and of course it was a stupid bug on his gamepad, or I wouldn't call it bug, but his gamepad had some problems, or the game had some problems with his stuff, and he braked for a little too long, then made another mistake, and decided that was it. So I think he definitely is trained, it seems, on this map, and if he just keeps his head calm and collected, then he should be able to do fine.
Alright, so map review, Paradise Palms, map 5. Here we go. Alright, so that was map number 5, Paradise Palms. The name speaks, I would say. We have the identity of this map, which is the section through the palm trees on the grass. But yeah, I think there's only one guy we should interview at this point, and it is Scrappy. So let's say hello.
I can't join his channel.
Oh, me neither. Unlucky. That's weird. We can join everyone else, but not Scrappy.
Yep. Well, we had that problem before the game started with Sky, but that got fixed.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'm not sure.
that's not fixed. I can't join him now.
Debated.
But,
oh, now we can. Now we can. Now we can. Let's go. Hello there, Mr. Scrappy.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How do you feel? How do you enter map 5? Let's make it quick.
I feel pretty decent. Pretty fast on this map as well. Went full save the last 2 maps. And yeah.
Alright, so how much practice did you spend? Like, how much time did you spend on this map in particular?
On this map, probably 4 hours.
4 hours. Alright, so it will be hard. Is there any approach for the palm tree section? Is there anything that you particularly do to make sure that you don't hit it?
Well, I think I will release, probably.
Uh-huh.
Because a lot of people will make mistakes, so I'm just gonna go as safe as I can, but I'm terrified of this part.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. We saw it in the map review. It is a very tight section where we will see a lot of mistakes. And yeah, of course you have 46 points. Are you happy about the performance so far?
Yeah, but I was also happy last week, so we're gonna see what happens here.
Did you fix your pad? One last question.
I'm connected via Bluetooth now, so it can't disconnect unless the battery runs out.
Ooh.
But it still said 70% before we started this map, so I hope
Okay,
that's not bugged.
I think that should be fine then. Alright, best of luck, man, for map number 5.
Yo,
Crossing
thank you,
my
man.
fingers. Bye bye.
Bye.
This guy. Alright, Scrappy. Sounds very confident. So, yeah. Let's see what's gonna happen up on map number 5, Paradise Palms. A map that also offers a little bit of dirt, a little bit of road, so quite a versatile map. A map built by Link, by the way, so another community map right here. Looking to be a very, very good one. Let's go for the last map of Step 2 Trackmania Grand League. Scrappy in the lead with 46, Carl Jr. with 32, Dexter with 31, Bren with 22, Pack with 22 as well, Spam with 14, Kappa with 8, and Danik B with 4. Let's go and follow one of the drivers, Radiance.
Actually, Kappa, Macy, and Sky has already clipped the hole, I think it was, as Bits makes a pretty big mistake. Will he have enough speed? He will have enough speed to get over that little dirt jump there. But let's follow Scrappy for this first lap, as he is currently in second place, just behind Pack. Of course, Pack said that he trained about 8 hours overall on those 2 maps, so Pack and Scrappy has trained about 4 hours on each map, and they are currently first and second, as Carl Jr. wants to get up there and have some fun with them. Of course, we are going into this palm section now, as Scrappy has a different approach, and Pack hits the palm there, and he will drop down into 5th or 6th. It seems Roland has a little more speed out of that palm section. But yeah, first lap is done. Scrappy's in the lead, Bren in 2nd, Paul Jr. in 3rd, and Danny B just up there with him. And Pack, yeah, dropped down a little bit further now.
Yeah, but who dropped even further than Pack is Spam. He is right now on 14th place and he has 14 points. So Spam with a mistake in lap 1, not sure where that happened exactly. But right now he finds himself 1.5 seconds behind the next driver, and he has some catching up to do. But then again, of course, the palm tree section is really, really tight, so mistakes will inevitably happen. Like, they are just bound to happen. And yeah, here we go, lap 2. We see some different palm tree approaches, and Spam hits it again! No, 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 no. Spam, with another mistake, hits the palm tree and will drop down to last place. Looking to lose 14 points, and that is something that is hardly recoverable at this point of the race already.
Yeah, 5 seconds behind Roland, so 6 seconds behind first place. Of course, if he does not make another mistake in that palm section, it might still be possible for him to catch up, but it is very unlikely at this point, as Dusty makes a banger of a mistake and drops down to Spam. It will be very difficult for him as well now. But it's a very good battle in the top 8 here, all within 1 second of each other, it seems, as Roland currently finds himself in 8th place. We see a lot of different lines going through this palm section. Roland going full speed through it. He doesn't care. He wants some points. Of course, only has 2 points right now, so his mindset is just high risk, high reward at the moment, together with Papu.
No big mistakes being made in lap 3, though, through the palm tree section. But yeah, we see a couple of drivers that have already fallen behind just a little bit. Zaburst is doing really well here. He is on 10th place. He took 10th in the previous map already. So maybe these new community maps are suiting him a little better than the other maps. Right now, he is pretty alone. The other drivers are very far ahead. And the last driver, Cap, looking to come a little closer to the Portuguese driver. We come to the next lap through the palm trees. Right now, everyone making the Cap clips twice on the right and on the left. So he will most likely lose 1 position to Bits, who horns during the overtake. Let's follow Kappa, who is right now on 9th. It is Carl Jr. on 32 points, and he is 8th. So, dangerous position for 3-time world champion Carl Jr. Danik B also in the mix right there, together with Papu, Dexter, then rolling up to a 4th place. These are going to be important points for the Austrian.
Ooh, Kappa.
Bren on 3rd.
Again.
Kappa, where is he? Oh, dropping down to 10th indeed. A little mistake right there from the Czech driver. So, not the greatest performance so far finding himself quite far behind the leader, who is actually Scrappy. Will he win step 2? He needs to maintain a good position in the top 4, top 5, and then he should be good. However, Pack going for the overtake on the grass section. Pack now taking over the lead. First place for the British driver. Bren on 3rd. Little gap down to 3rd right here. Bren doing pretty good here though. Going onto the dirt. You want to go very up high in the banking. Want to maintain as much speed as possible. The higher you go on this banking, the less you have to steer. Oh, Dexter. Dexter with a massive mistake indeed. How many positions is Dexter going to lose? He is down to 11th place. That is going to hurt Radiance.
Yeah, he has 31 points, and then doing that small touch on the inside route after the third jump there, and loses a lot of speed, cannot make the jump onto the platform, and has to go through 2 wobbly bumps as he drops down a lot and is currently about 5 seconds behind Pack. Of course, only 2.8 seconds behind Kappa, who's currently in 8th place, but losing those 31 points will definitely hurt Dexter very much.
Dunstan now dropping down to 15th as well, so Spam goes up to 14th. A little position change right there as we go through lap number 7. Scrappy has dropped down to 4th place as we speak. Roland has passed him. Bren as well. So we have a fight right here for that 2nd place. Pack has already gotten away just a little bit, so he's looking to actually take 1st again. Which would be crazy.
Well, he did call it.
He did call it, so he didn't do any false promises at least. Scrappy now with the inside line will go and overtake Roland up to 3rd. He goes again. Roland with a slightly different entry into the grass. Scrappy releasing a lot. Roland with more speed, and also Brent touching the palm tree on the left side. So it will be Scrappy and Roland that are dangerously close now. This is a 3-man battle right here. Scrappy getting the skids. Manages to maintain himself though. Going onto the dirt section now. It is Pack still holding up strong. Very, very strong actually. Very, very good battle right here for that 2nd place. Scrappy still on 2nd place. Brand following together with Rolling. Carl Jr. is pretty far behind, though. He needs to maybe hope for a mistake or something. He is more than half a second behind the trio right here. And we are in lap 8 already. So at this point of the race, a big mistake would be a game over for many drivers. Because there's just not enough time to recover. The palm tree section. Yeah. Next time we go through it, it is Bren with a lot of speed and goes for the inside approach. Similar to Scrappy, Rolling goes a bit wider, but the wider line manages to, or allows him to keep more speed. However, he didn't really capitalize on that, so Roland will remain on 4th place and loses a little bit of time towards Scrappy and Bren.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe one feature that we haven't touched up on, as both Fitz and Sky makes mistake. So, they're horning with each other, but whenever the last player of the lap crosses the finish line, a small feature behind the or to the right of the gap difference to the next player will show whoever had the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fastest lap. As we see here, it says lap 8, where Kappa had the fastest time, and then Danik, and then Scrappy. So Scrappy driving a better time than Pack. Maybe we will see him capitalize on that in this upcoming lap here, lap 9, and into lap 10 we go.
Last lap coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Step 2 about to end with Pack being in the lead. Will he take another 1st place and boost himself up to 42 points in total? We will find out soon. Scrappy up to 2nd place now. Has a pretty comfortable lead. If he doesn't make big mistakes, then he is going to keep that 2nd place and win step 2. Bren on 3rd and Roland on 4th. Then we have Danik B pretty far behind. Carl Jr. versus Danik B. The fight for position number 5 right here in lap number 10. We will go through the palm trees soon. Again, this is the last time the drivers have to go through the palm trees. Will they keep themselves cool or will they crumble like a cookie? We will have the T-Tours right here. The Camp 7 action. We have Pack, the first one to go through the palm trees, and looks pretty good so far. Squeezes himself just in there together with Scrappy and Bren. Everyone makes it right here. Kappa will lose a position to Papu right there. Kappa with a mistake, but it is Pack that wins. Scrappy on 2nd, Bren on 3rd, Roland on 4th, Carl Jr. on 5th, Danik B on 6th, Papu on 7th, Kappa on 8th, and then we have Zaburst on 9th, Dexter on 10th.
Ooh, Dexter.
Gonna be a big time loss right there. A big point loss, sorry, for Dexter. 31 points will be going down the drain for the German driver. Very unfortunate for him. Cap also losing his points. Spam as well. Dunster on 13th. Macy, Bits, and Sky will finish it off right here. This is gonna conclude step number 2. And the winner of this is Scrappy. The Belgian driver for Reflex will win 58 points. First place for him. Pack up to second. Very well recovered for Pack right there. Wins 2 maps in a row after losing all of his points. That is insane effort right there. Great focus. Great effort by the British player. So Pack up to second place. And then it is called Junior on 3rd, Bren on 4th, Kappa on 5th, Rollin on 6th, Danik B on 7th, Papu on 8th, Zaburst on 9th, Dexter, unfortunately, dropping down to 10th. Then it is Cap on 11th, Dunstan on 12th, Macy on 13th, Bits on 14th, Sky 15th, and one player apparently left already. I don't know who that is. I think it's Spam, actually. Yeah, Spam left, I think, already. So, yeah.
A little bit tilted.
We don't know. We don't know. But that is gonna conclude step number 2. Any last words, Radiance?
Definitely a interesting match here. I like how the format is currently going right now. It's going pretty good. And I just want to say that I really enjoy casting with you, Riolu, and hopefully we will see a little more of that.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Thank you for stepping in. So hope you enjoyed the cast. It is gonna be the end of this competition. We will see each other in 1 week exactly. Step 3 will be played next Sunday at 8 p.m. CET once again. Make sure to tune in to see how your favorite champion will be performing in this competition. Trackmania Grand League, we're just in the beginning. It is gonna be exciting with every upcoming step. So, without further ado, GG, well played. Thank you again, Radiance, and we will see each other next Sunday. Thank you for watching, and take care.
Yeah, boys.